Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson. This is going to be Unit 4, Lesson 2, and we're going to be continuing from Lesson 1 where we're going to be making some shapes, but this time with a lot less guidance, and hopefully you should be able to complete this without too many issues. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is set up your RL command, which is super familiar at this point. You guys have done this over a dozen times, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue. The next thing you're going to do is start making shapes. So the first shape we're going to make is a square. Now, there's two things you can do. You can either use the grid on your worksheet to help you with this, or you can just draw a square shape using blocks like so. Now, I don't want you to be concerned too much about what color you're using or how pretty it is. I'm only asking you to use this as a measurement tool. So let's think about this. So if our agent was to start here, it would move 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward, turn right, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward, turn right, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward, turn right, and then move 4 steps again. So now that we have this built using regular Minecraft blocks or using your grid, which I would prefer, you can now begin to code. So let's take a look at the code we would build for this. And we did this last week too, so it shouldn't be a huge difficult task. So we're going to put here, I'm just going to put here SS, just to shorten it, simple square. We're going to say agent move forward. Let's make it really, really short. And we'll say agent move turn left too. And we're going to loop this 4 times because there's 4 sides. There we go. Perfect. So I'll type in RL. And I'll type in SS. You can see that our agent moves forward and creates this shape for us. Good. Now you'll notice that there's this little space here, which is fine for now. You don't need to worry about it too much. We are going to deal with it later, but right now it's fine. So there's some other shapes as well. And some other shapes are going to be like a cross. So we can make a cross like so, like this. You can make it as big as you want, but try not to make it too big. Because it's just going to make coding very difficult and very time consuming. So I'm going to make this as quick as possible. Like I said, it'd be very easy if you used the code or the grid, sorry, that I gave you. We actually made a mistake here, which just shows you how easy it is to make a mistake. There we go. And is that even? I think it is. There we go. And this is a cross shape. So it might be confusing which way you started from or where you started from, which is fine. Let's actually extend this out as well. But here's what you can do to help you with that. So if you leave one block missing, you can start from here. So we're going to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, turn left. Forward 1, 2, 3, turn right. Forward 1, 2, turn right. Forward 1, 2, 3, turn left. Forward 1, 2, 3, 4, turn right. And we're going to go through this all the way to the very end. Perfect. Good. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing for today's lesson. It shouldn't be too difficult. There is one more step I want to show you, which is a bit more complicated, but again, it's not something you haven't already done. And that's making 3D structures. So let's take the square, for example. We're going to move this up here. Let's take this, for example, right here. So you can see there's 2 loops. And actually, let's take a few of these out. Let's just move this one here first, just to simplify it. There we go. If I type in square now, this is going to make a square like it has been or it has been before. So we'll type in RL, type in square. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make layers. So I want to make like a house shape using this square. And I can do any shape I really want to. So when you get to like step 3 or step 4, you can make a house from an E shape, from a cross shape, from a hammer shape. It doesn't really matter. The next thing we're going to do is figure out a way that we can actually occupy this space right here. And you can see the way the agent facing is in this direction. So what we need to do is go up by 1, turn off, place on move, and then move right, which is what we have right here. I'm going to move it right there. There we go. Now, hopefully, this should occupy that space, this space right here, so that it creates a complete square. We'll type in RL, type in square, and you can see that's going to do that fairly quickly. Here it is. So they'll turn left, they go up. Okay, perfect. Now we can just repeat this, right? And this repeat function here or this repeat loop here, this is going to be how many floors or how many bricks your shape goes up by. So if we type in square now, it's going to keep on making it until it goes up by 10 layers. So I can just leave this piece of code here, and it's just going to keep going and going and going until I can stop. So that's how you overcome that little spot right there. So that's pretty much everything. In the actual lesson, you're going to have a worksheet. You're going to make a square, a plus sign, a capital E, a hammer, a dumbbell, and then you're going to make a house at the very end, which is what I just showed you, where we use layers. And I would like you to make some interesting houses, right? So try and make a house from a square first, then maybe pick the hammer or dumbbell or plus sign, and you can make a pretty interesting shape. So it shouldn't be too difficult today. If you need help, or if it's too difficult, I would recommend using the grids on your worksheet to plan your code and then write down the steps for your plus sign. Because you're going to have to write down your answers on a worksheet anyway. So I would much rather you write the answers on a worksheet and do everything on a worksheet rather than place the blocks in Minecraft. And then that way you can come in with confidence. The other thing is it'd be really good if you guys actually do things step by step. So instead of rushing to this step right here and then wanting to do whatever you want to, go through things step by step. Take your time, enjoy the process, have fun with it. You can see that this is pretty fun to do, right? Have fun with it, and you'll enjoy the process of coding and understand it a lot more that way too. So until I see you guys this Saturday or in the next lesson, depends on who's watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye.